Ever noticed your dog acting completely different depending on the weather? Maybe on a sunny day, they run in circles, chase shadows, and seem almost unstoppable. Then, a storm rolls in, and suddenly they hide under the bed, whimper softly, or cling to your side like a small, worried shadow. Weather isn't just background noise for your dog, it's a force that influences their moods, energy levels, and even how they think. From instinct to emotion, dogs feel every change in the environment, and their behavior often mirrors the natural rhythms of the world around them. Understanding these patterns gives us insight not only into their physical comfort, but into their emotional lives as well. Dogs are finely attuned to temperature. On hot days, many dogs slow down, pant excessively, or lie flat on the cool floor. Their energy dips not because they're lazy, but because their bodies are working hard to regulate temperature. Heat affects their metabolism, their circulation, and even their mental focus. Some breeds, especially those with thick coats, struggle more than others, showing signs of stress, irritability, or fatigue. Conversely, cooler temperatures often bring bursts of energy, sudden sprints across the yard, excited spins, and playful leaps. Dogs react to the heat and cold instinctively, much as their wild ancestors would have, because survival depended on reading the environment and conserving energy when necessary. But it isn't just temperature that impacts dogs. Humidity and barometric pressure play a huge role too. Many dogs seem to sense storms before they arrive, tucking into corners, pacing, or refusing to eat. This isn't imagination. Dogs can detect changes in air pressure, subtle shifts in wind, and even the faint electrical charges in the atmosphere that precede a thunderstorm. Some studies suggest that these sensitivities trigger anxiety in certain dogs, while others show curiosity or restlessness. It's as if the weather communicates directly to their nervous system, bypassing sight and sound entirely. Rain brings another unique set of behaviors. Some dogs absolutely love puddles, jumping into every splash and racing through the wet grass. Others shrink away from dripping coats and slick surfaces, hesitant to step outside. Rain alters smells, and dogs experience the world primarily through scent. Wet air intensifies aromas, giving them new information about their environment. This sensory richness can excite some dogs while overwhelming others. You might see them sniffing endlessly, pausing frequently, or returning indoors soaked and satisfied, all natural reactions to the flood of sensory data rain brings. Then there's sunlight and seasonal changes. Longer days often make dogs more active, happier, and more social. Vitamin D exposure, warm sunlight, and the brightness of summer seem to energize them. Short, dark winter days, on the other hand, can bring lethargy, reduced appetite, or even mild depression in some dogs. This seasonal behavior mirrors humans in subtle ways. Dogs are influenced by circadian rhythms, the internal clocks that govern sleep, energy, and hormonal cycles. When light levels drop, melatonin levels rise, and dogs naturally slow down. Understanding this helps explain why your dog suddenly seems sleepy in November, but unstoppable in June. Windy days have their own set of effects. Some dogs react with sheer excitement, ears flapping, noses twitching as scents fly past. Others may hide or seem distracted, disturbed by the rustling leaves, swaying branches, or unfamiliar sounds. Wind carries both scent and sound differently, creating a constantly changing sensory landscape. To a dog, a gust of wind can be as dramatic as a sudden visitor or an unexpected event. Their curiosity, caution, or anxiety is a direct response to these environmental changes. Temperature, pressure, rain, sunlight, and wind aren't the only factors. Storms and lightning affect dogs on a deeper emotional level. Thunderstorms can trigger intense fear in many dogs, a reaction rooted in survival instincts. Loud, sudden noises signal danger. Flickering lightning or atmospheric shifts create physical changes that their sensitive bodies pick up. Some dogs hide, shake, or pace, while others seek your protection, pressing close as if to say, "I need you to keep me safe." Understanding these reactions as instinctive rather than stubbornness helps owners respond with patience, comfort, and reassurance. Dogs also react to seasonal smells and sounds in surprising ways. Winter brings the scent of snow, wet leaves, or fireplaces, while spring fills the air with blooming plants, mud, and insects. Dogs process these scents intensely. Smells trigger memories, alertness, or excitement, influencing behavior in ways humans often miss. Birds chirping in early spring can stimulate hunting instincts. Leaves crunching under paws may invite playful pounces. Even everyday walks feel completely different to a dog depending on the seasonal atmosphere. Behavioral changes tied to weather aren't always negative. Many dogs show playful bursts during cool mornings, excited runs after rain, or calm contentment in sunlit rooms. Weather can enhance learning, social interaction, and mental stimulation. For example, dogs are often more willing to explore new areas when the temperature is comfortable, showing curiosity, intelligence, and adaptability. Conversely, extreme conditions may necessitate shorter walks or indoor enrichment to maintain mental health. Understanding these cycles allows owners to create environments that respect their dog's natural rhythms. Energy fluctuations are another visible effect. On hot or humid days, dogs may sleep more, pace less, or avoid strenuous play. On crisp, dry mornings, their energy seems boundless, fueled by comfort and physical readiness. Some breeds are more sensitive. Huskies and Malamutes thrive in snow, while brachycephalic breeds like Pugs struggle in heat. Observing these patterns teaches us how closely behavior is tied to environmental conditions and biological limits. Dogs communicate their needs through behavior long before we can verbalize concerns ourselves. Weather also affects emotional expression. Dogs may appear irritable, anxious, or clingy during storms or extreme heat. Conversely, bright sunny days often bring calm, playfulness, and social openness. These changes aren't arbitrary. Dogs' nervous systems respond to environmental triggers, releasing stress hormones or endorphins depending on conditions. Owners who recognize these shifts can adapt routines, provide comfort, and ensure safety, preventing stress-related behaviors like excessive barking, digging, or destructive chewing. Interestingly, dogs may change sleeping patterns depending on weather. Cold, rainy days often induce longer naps, curled-up positions, or burrowing behaviors, while sunny days encourage stretching, sunbathing, and more active rest. These behaviors are instinctual, rooted in comfort, energy regulation, and survival strategies. Dogs intuitively adjust their activity to preserve warmth, conserve energy, or avoid overexertion. Recognizing these subtle cues helps owners respect natural rhythms and support well-being. Heat waves and winter freezes also affect appetite. On scorching days, some dogs eat less, preferring hydration and shade. On cooler days, hunger may spike as energy burns faster to maintain body temperature. Even food preferences can shift, with some dogs favoring wet food in summer or richer meals in winter. Behavior and diet are closely intertwined with environmental conditions, illustrating how external factors influence internal responses. Social interactions change too. Dogs may seek comfort in each other or in humans during extreme weather, while avoiding unfamiliar dogs when conditions are uncomfortable. Playstyles shift: shorter, lower intensity games in heat, and longer, more energetic play during crisp weather. Walks can become adventures or sources of stress depending on the climate, showing that weather shapes not only mood but also social behavior and engagement. Many dogs also react to storms or strong winds with unique behaviors. Some bark incessantly at seemingly empty spaces, some pace or dig, and some exhibit obsessive behaviors like following humans everywhere. While this may look strange, it is an adaptive response. Thunder, gusts, or sudden environmental changes trigger instincts tied to survival, alertness, and social reliance. Understanding these behaviors allows owners to respond with patience, empathy, and reassurance rather than frustration. Dogs may even sense subtle changes that humans cannot perceive. Approaching storms, shifts in humidity, or falling temperatures are all detected through sensitive ears, noses, and whiskers. Their behavior changes in anticipation, pacing, hiding, or becoming unusually alert. These reactions are part of an evolved awareness, a survival mechanism from ancestors who relied on environmental cues for safety. Every bark, shiver, or whine may be their way of communicating the unseen. Some dogs experience seasonal affective changes, similar to humans. Lack of sunlight in winter may reduce activity, increase sleep, or lead to irritability. Bright, long summer days often energize and elevate mood. Understanding this connection allows owners to adjust routines, provide mental enrichment, or increase physical activity when needed. Dogs respond emotionally to their environment as much as physically. Dogs' play preferences can shift with weather. Snow brings digging and rolling. Rain brings puddle splashes. Heat may encourage swimming or shade, lounging. Weather affects which behaviors are expressed, revealing a combination of instinct, comfort, and curiosity. Owners who observe these patterns can tailor enrichment activities to match environmental conditions, keeping dogs engaged and mentally stimulated year-round. Even their interaction with humans is weather-dependent. Dogs may seek more closeness during storms, sunbathe with you on sunny days, or play gently indoors during rain. Weather Weather changes how they perceive comfort, security, and connection. Observing these behaviors strengthens understanding and deepens the human-dog bond. Weather also impacts health behaviors. Hydration, exercise, and body temperature regulation are influenced by seasonal and daily conditions. Dogs pant, shade-seek, or burrow instinctively to maintain comfort. Failing to adjust routines to weather can lead to stress or health problems, highlighting how closely environmental conditions are tied to behavior and overall well-being. Some dogs anticipate seasonal changes long before humans notice them. They adjust coat shedding, activity levels, and play behaviors based on shifts in temperature or light. Their instincts remain finely tuned to natural cycles, reminding us that domestication has not erased ancient adaptations. These patterns reveal intelligence, awareness, and a remarkable capacity to respond to subtle environmental cues. Finally, the connection between weather and dog behavior reminds us that our pets are living, sensing, thinking beings. Every bark, sigh, jump, or curl up is a response to temperature, pressure, wind, rain, or sun. By observing and respecting these behaviors, we gain insight into their physical needs, emotional states, and instinctual drives. Understanding weather's impact on dogs isn't just about comfort, it's about recognizing them as fully attuned creatures, navigating a world we only partially perceive. The more we notice, the more we learn. Dogs adjust, adapt, and communicate with us through their responses to the environment. From the joyous leaps of a sunny morning to the anxious pacing of a thunderstorm, their behavior reflects both survival instincts and deep emotional intelligence. Weather affects more than their comfort. It shapes the way they think, interact, and experience life alongside us. The connection between humans, dogs, and the environment is beautifully intertwined. Weather is more than a backdrop. It's a force that influences behavior, mood, and social dynamics. Understanding this allows us to create safer, happier, and more fulfilling lives for our dogs, respecting their instincts while deepening our emotional bond. So, the next time your dog acts differently during a rainstorm, sunbeam, or winter frost, remember, they aren't being strange or stubborn. They are responding intelligently, emotionally, and instinctively to the world around them. And in those moments, if we pay attention, we can see the extraordinary depth of their awareness, the beauty of their instincts, and the intelligence that guides every wag, bark, and movement. If this touched your heart, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share your dog's weather-related quirks in the comments. Does your dog hide during storms, jump in puddles, chase leaves in the wind? We'd love to hear your story because every dog experiences the world differently, and every behavior tells a fascinating story about their mind, heart, and connection to the environment.